Hello, everyone. This is Alex from Alex's Autism Acceptance channel. Wherever you're watching in the world, hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, I am here with Lisa. Lisa runs the charity Mimi's Mission, and they have a very interesting strategy that I think it's very important to talk about. So, thanks for coming on, Lisa.
Thanks for having me.
So, the first question was, what was your experience with autism before working where you are now?
I really didn't have a lot of experience with autism. I have a couple of nephews who are autistic, and I used to be an insurance agent, and I had a couple of clients who had autistic children. Through my agency, we would help community members throughout the year, and one Christmas we adopted 100 families in the community. Out of those 100 families, we had 20 families who said they had autistic children, and I thought, that number is crazy. Why is that number? And we started looking into it, and every one of the families said exactly the same things. We don't have any resources. We don't have any friends. Nobody's helping us. We're ostracized. All through the gambit, everybody had exactly the same thing to say. And I thought, why aren't there resources here for you? And why don't you have support groups, especially when we're seeing the numbers that I was seeing? I was an insurance agent. I wasn't a full-blown nonprofit at that time. And I thought, this is crazy. So I started looking into it, and that was December. And in February, I just took a leap of faith, and I said, let's start a support group. And we got people together, and here's the evolution now.
Yeah, well, that is absolutely fantastic. That prevalence really blows me away because that's about 6 times higher than the national average. That's unbelievable. Yeah, I do know that. You said it was Northville, right?
No, we're downriver.
Oh, Downriver. Okay, I thought I heard Northville. But I know that Michigan in general has a pretty high autism rate. So I think it's really important to, in that specific state, give the families that resource, definitely.
Right.
So how long have you been involved in this mission?
So we started it in 2013 when I was an insurance agent. We just started helping community members, and we became a nonprofit in 2015.
Okay. So about 7 years nonprofit. Gotcha. How and why did Mimi's Mission get created?
Just out of need in the community. We were helping people, and I was fine with that because I was busy with my agency. Quite honest, my accountant kept saying, you're getting donations, what are you doing with them? And I said, I'm putting them in this bank account that I set aside for them. And he said, are you keeping track of who's coming in and who's going out and who's doing what? And I said, no, I'm running an insurance agency. I don't have time for that. And he said, you are going to go to jail. You need to start a nonprofit. And that's how Mimi's Mission came to be.
I see. Yeah. Well,
never aspired to it, but one thing rolled into the other.
Yeah. That's a very interesting story. So you certainly can't go to jail. That's never good.
No, I don't. I don't look good in orange. So.
So if you could sum up Mimi's mission in one sentence, what would that be? Like
That's a lot. I think we're one of the only really open-eyed organizations that we don't pigeonhole you. We give you the help that you actually need.
Sure.
Not what we think you need or what somebody else told us you need.
Yeah, what you factually need.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to get into that. So your strategy involves using facts instead of emotions to develop compassion for this condition. Why do you believe that it's important to do that?
Well, I think with the autistic community, they are very literal, right? Um, there's not emotion attached to that. They are what they are. So why would I put my emotion on them? What I want for them doesn't matter if it's not going to help them. And that's why our approach, I think, is really different, because we see each child. We know what they're about and some of the best ways to help them help themselves. And that's what we do. We don't want to see you long term. We want to give you the tools that you need to help yourself.
Right, exactly.
We're all about independence. I don't care if you're 4, 14, 24. We want you to be as independent as you can be, because unfortunately, the nature of a special needs situation,
Sure.
people coddle you and people do things for you, and people don't have great expectations, where we are completely opposite. I'll give you a hug, but I'll kick you in the butt at the same time, right? I have expectations of you.
Yeah.
And our kids are soaring, and our kids are doing things they've never done before, but we're also given the opportunity to do those things.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, and that's a strategy that's worked for me personally. Like my parents, like, they knew I had this, and they didn't take it lightly, so to speak. They really challenged me to be independent and make my own story. And now I'm what most people consider to be successful. You know,
Right.
full time, having an apartment on my own. I have jobs when I'm not in school, so and that's because I was taught to be independent. So I agree, that's extremely important.
Right. So even from 3 or 2 on up, you know, we go a lot of places, and a lot of people will, like, we went to a Pistons game, and they were so gracious, and they said, we set aside this room, and you know, if any of your children need to go there. And I said, well, we will not need that room.
Yes.
And he said, but all the other agencies that come here, they thank us and they love this room. And I said, we teach our children to come prepared. If there's lights and you can't stand the lights, bring glasses. If there's noise and you can't stand the noise, bring your headphones. You know, the world is not going to conform to any of us. So we need for the world, right? And it starts at a young age. So the sooner I can teach them to be the best they can be and be as independent and take care of themselves, the better they're going to be later on, right? Because it'll just be a normal thing for them.
Well, I fully agree. And as a teacher, I'm aware of the strategy of, like, having exposure to that stuff early on that is objectively disliked in the community. That's able to help them not really grow out of it, but tolerate it a whole lot better. And I mean, that's essential, considering how common it is in the modern day world to have stuff that is completely overwhelming for autistics who haven't been exposed to this strategy.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're never going to learn how to cope with things if they're not exposed to things, right?
Absolutely.
Right. So
and I think, and I mean, I've gone to college to train for that strategy. So I've spent a lot of resources on that. But I think anybody is able to learn it with some practice.
Right. And that's what we're about.
Yeah, absolutely. So is being informative instead of emotional an unusual strategy? And how have people responded to it?
Well, our young people's group has maxed out. We're about 130 strong. But we invite families, right? Because in the autistic community, we don't have babysitters and support systems. So if one goes, they all go. So, and there's a lot of siblings who are affected by autism, or they have autism. So we don't separate the family. Every component of that family need some kind of support because of the autism.
So does it sort of create a we're all in this together mentality?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, yeah.
And, you know, the parents have found camaraderie because everybody in the room is going through the same thing. So there's nobody who is isolated. The siblings have found camaraderie because the other siblings know what they are going through. The autistic children have found camaraderie because even we don't set people apart. We're like, okay, the autistics sit here and the neurotypes sit here. We just everybody in the room, and everybody is so accepting and so kind. They treat each other's children like their own. They've built their own community within these groups. So when you ask the success rate, we actually had to close enrollment because we've maxed out at 130 people. We struggled to find places to hold our groups at because we're a tribe, right? Like we numbers. And now we've started our young adults group too. So, you know, tack another 30 people on to this number. So we have a waiting list big enough to make another support group right now. Like the needs are not stopping. The numbers are not stopping.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
So when you ask about success, I base it on that, and I base it on how I see our children maturing and growing. You know, we don't have children who are the same year to year. We see growth in every single one of our children.
That's amazing.
It's beautiful. We just they just all came back from the state fair from charity night, and so many children, so many experiences, riding the Ferris wheel, riding an elephant. We had our children on real live elephants getting elephant rides.
I think even I would be a little scared with that. That's amazing.
Right. So and the sheer joy that was on the faces. And we had one little one, he was laughing so hard for so long from just pure joy. Like you could see it in his face, like it surprised him how long he was laughing, because he has not laughed that long in just one setting. So you know, things like that, those are irreplaceable to me.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean that's sort of like a mission moment right there. Like that's why you do what you do right there. And I'm have a lot of moments like that in my own career. So definitely.
Mm-hmm.
What would or what do, if you've heard this before, say to people who are critics of this strategy?
Start your own group.
Sure.
Not everybody I say it even about me. I said it when I was an insurance agent. Not everybody has to like me or like the way I do things. Move on down the road, do something else.
Right.
But and critique me.
Yeah.
Because I'm time for that. Mm-hmm. And I'm open to. And I just had a big discussion on Facebook with a lady asking about certain things that we were doing, and she didn't like some of the things we did. I explained it. She understood it. She still didn't like it. And I said, well, until progress is made and we can be way over here, we need to be here and move forward, right?
Yeah.
So
and I think baby steps is a big part of this, because I assume some of the critiques are that you're not moving fast enough. Is that right?
If I were a miracle worker, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way I start off. I'm not a miracle worker. I am a mere mortal and doing the best that we can.
That's all you can do, definitely.
Or I could be like a lot of people and do nothing.
Correct. And complain about it on social media. That's a very common strategy.
So I'm happy with what I'm doing. Thank you.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I think some questions are valid, but I don't think you know, like I can tell you're working extremely hard and putting an immense amount of effort into this, and I don't think I don't think anybody deserves insults. Definitely.
No, I don't mind input
Mhm.
at all. Everybody has room for improvement. There's nobody that doesn't.
Right.
I'm open to that, but do it the right way.
Absolutely. So, final question here. How are viewers of this video able to support Mimi's mission?
Well, you can get us on Facebook and support us that way. Monetarily, donations are the key for us. You know, we can't run in groups of 150 without support.
Absolutely not. No.
Support group meets twice a month. We serve dinner twice a month. I mean, this year alone, you know, we've been to Turtle Cove as a group, a Pistons game. Oh gosh, we've just got back from the Diamond Jack boat. We take a ride up to the Ambassador Bridge and back for a day. So we're all over the place. We take them to apple orchards. So our exposure is all over because I want them to be comfortable in these settings. So
Absolutely.
they can go out and do it without me. You know, we bought all our families passes to the metro parks. So they can all go to all the metro parks. They can plan play dates together. They have fishing. They have the playscapes. They have pools. Whatever you want is available to you in these metro parks, right?
Yes.
We're their world to try new things in their own communities.
Yeah. Well, I totally agree with that, and yeah, hopefully a lot of my followers will feel inspired by this and will donate and follow and all that.
That'd be awesome. You can just go right to our website, mimismission.org. It's that easy.
Yeah, and I will say because I found your original organization on a bumper sticker. So you guys do sell some merchandise, is that right?
Was it the autistic occupant?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're working with all the police in the Downriver area. We're placing comfort bags in their vehicles, and the autistic occupant stickers are part of that program. So we're teaching the police about autistics, how to approach them, how children will get out and run down the highway, how they don't know fear, or you know, they'll run down the highway, they'll run back in a burning building. There's things that they do that police and fire and rescue need to be made aware of.
Absolutely, right.
So we have gone through and trained most of the Downriver area, part of Oakland County, part of Macomb County. So we're out there making small changes, and that decal that you saw is part of that. Those are in every police station in the Downriver area except Romulus right now. And we don't sell them. They are free.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, oops, did I lose you? Oh,
Nope.
there you are. So, you know, I see a lot of situations on the internet where police aren't aware of autism and the challenges of this condition, and they treat the people very poorly. Like I see autistic kids getting arrested in classrooms, and as a future teacher, I can't describe the emotions that brings. And yeah, they just need to do a better job, and I think you're.
Don't know. That's my. It's all education, right?
Yes.
And different than teachers. There's teachers out there that need to do better because they don't know how to do better. So law enforcement, you know, across the board, we have been trying to work with Health and Human Services in the CPS division because there are so many foster children who are autistic that are rehomed because no one knows how to do the best for them. So we're trying to get these bags in these foster homes because they're instantly comforted by these bags. It brings them what they need and helps them control their behaviors, which people don't know about, right?
Right.
They're acting out, and they're not really acting out. This is autism, right?
Absolutely. Well, Lisa, thanks so much for coming on. I learned a whole lot about what you do and why you do it. And I personally think it's a very good strategy. And I hope more people are able to discover you and get the support that they need.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, you have a nice day.
Hey, good luck to you.
Thank you.